Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacey and today I'm going to be showing you guys what I am choosing to use for my 4th grade twin boys for the upcoming school year. Hey guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload new videos, and it helps others be able to see my video. I hope that my channel is helpful to other homeschool moms who are trying to figure out how to homeschool and what to do. And this video specifically to give you ideas if you have a 4th grader, and even if you are homeschooling twins, especially boys, because that's a whole ball game. So a little bit about my channel. My channel here is all about homeschooling, motherhood, living overseas, and traveling. And I'm the mom to 4 boys, and I love being a mom, and I love homeschooling, and passionate about all things homeschooling. Love talking about it. So a little bit of background first. If you follow my channel, you know that we are involved in ministry. We live overseas in Cambodia, but we are currently back here in America, in the States, visiting our families. We're on furlough, so we are back for 3 months. So it's been a little difficult. We've been living out of suitcases and traveling around a lot, and don't have much routine for the kids right now, but it's a big adventure and fun, and they're loving it. So yeah. But while we're back in the States, I'm gathering homeschool supplies because you can't find them where we live. And so I've been having a lot of fun shopping and gathering supplies and trying to get stuff for the next 2 school years. But for this video, I'm showing you what I'm going to be using for the upcoming school year for my 4th grade boys. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So what I did to keep track while we're back here, what I need to buy and what I do and don't have, is I made a homeschool planner for like what we're going to need to collect for the next year for sure, and some for the next 2 school years. I went through and made a schedule so I kind of know roughly what we can fit in and what we can't fit in, because I knew I'd find unique and new curriculum at the different places I was shopping, and I didn't want to buy too much. So I'm just going to go through kind of the day, the boys, as my boys will be going through their day. But I got morning menus, and on the front cover here I am going to do a to-do list for my 4th grade boys. So it'll have things on there like brushing their teeth, but then also things on there like their independent work, their math, their language arts, stuff like that they have to get through in a day. And they can use a dry erase marker and check it off when they're done, and then we can erase it and use it again the next day. So, and then inside I will have different things we're working on memorizing, and this is going to be specific to my 4th grade boys because it's going to be a little different than with my 2 younger boys. We are going to be using Sunlight this year, and the Bible portion has Bible memory that you memorize. So we haven't started that yet. So for now, I stuck in some other Bible memory in here, but once we start our Sunlight, then I'll put that Bible memory in here. So these are free printables from Life in the Mundane. She has a YouTube channel here, and she just did a video about her morning menus, so you can check her out and get free printables from her website if you want. But I really like how she does pictures to go with each phrase of the Bible memory that you're working on memorizing. And then she has printables for praying for the persecuted church. So I printed out one for Vietnam because that is really close to Cambodia, and it's good for my boys to get more familiar with Vietnam. This is my homeschool reminder, and so it's like a little poem that you read through about we obey without challenge, without excuse, without delay. When we see a need, we meet a need. I really like that one. We see a need, we meet a need. Today is, and so this is going to be practicing writing a date. And this is, I'll probably have the same page in my 2 younger boys's, and so it's for them to be able to learn the day of the week and do calendar work. But for my twins, it also is good to work on memorizing this little poem about how many days are in each month. And I'll be going over with my 2 little boys the months of the year also, and my 4th grade boys will be right there with us too. I like to use Hymn of the Month. Here on YouTube there's a channel called, is it Hymnology, I believe, and each month she has a hymn that her and her family, her and her homeschool kids will sing together. They put a video up on YouTube, and then you can listen to it and teach it to your kids and sing along with them. I like that because then it doesn't end up being me singing a solo trying to teach my boys this hymn. Being as we go to church in Cambodia, the songs that we sing there are all in Khmer, and so I want my kids to be able to learn hymns that we sing. I grew up singing in churches, and we sing it in our churches here in America. So for this month, the song is Guide Me, O Thou Great Jehovah. And then she also has handwriting and cursive and in print. So it's hard to see, but this is the print one. So then I also will do a poem. Their language arts often has a poem that they have to work on memorizing, and so I'm going to stick that in here yet too. So each of my twins will have their own that they can work through, and this will be kind of their to-do list, what they have to keep with them throughout the day so they can check off the things that they're doing. Okay, so I'm going to be having a morning basket, and in there is going to be different things I'm going to do with all 4 of my boys together. I'm really excited about that. I'll have a different video explaining that. The morning basket, it tends to change throughout the year depending what books we're reading through at the time. So I'm going to move on to Bible that is specific for my 4th grade boys. So they're going to be having their own personal devotions. So my one twin is going to be reading through Growing with God. I found this at a yard sale. That's why the sticker's on here. But it has really short, quick little devotionals for them to read. And I think I'm going to they have notebooks in Cambodia already, and I think I'm going to have them just write down like one sentence about something they learned that day, and then one sentence about something they're grateful for that day. And so they'll be keeping kind of like a little journal to go with this. And then my other twin, I need to find another devotional for him yet, or I'll have them share this one. I'm not quite sure yet exactly how it's going to work out. My one twin, he and me are going to be doing this Between Mom and Me journal together. I got this off Amazon, so I'll try to link it down below. But it has one side is Dear Mom, what were you like when you were my age? What was your life like? And then Dear Son, how are you and your life different from and similar to when I was a kid? So you would each fill out one, and you can write the date. You can write the date right up here. So you can draw pictures or you can write. Mom writes my typical weekday, son writes my typical weekday. And then this is Mom writes and son writes our family, our community, inside our house and outside our house. So it's a mother and son keepsake journal. So I'm just going to try it out with my one twin. I think he'll enjoy this kind of thing. My other twin is very action oriented, and he just wants to get through his school as fast as he can and not do anything extra. The twin I'm going to do this with is a lot more creative and enjoys doing crafty stuff and loves that kind of thing. So I think he'll like doing this with me. If my second twin does want to do it, I will create one on Canva or something that I'll print off and make my own version of it. And that'll be mostly drawing and not writing, because I know he won't want the writing parts of it. So I may end up creating my own version of this. We'll see how that goes. Okay, also for Bible from September & Co., I got these 3 little character cards. So here's one. It's on a little ring, and you would just read 1 card a day. What I'm planning to do is read 1 card a day. So let's find the first one here. Okay, so the first one is compassion, and it says, how can I be more compassionate? So it explains what the word is, and then the opposite, and then it has the question, how can I be more compassionate? And then it says, I can be aware of others' habits, take time to help people, and it goes through and lists some things. And then it has a Bible verse down here, and you can read it from here or have them look it up in their Bibles. And it said that the first 2 are more, over here it says I can. The first 2 answers are more appropriate for younger kids, and then the next 2 are more for a little bit older children. So I haven't quite figured out if I'm going to use with all 4 of my boys or just the older 2. For sure the older 2 though. That's why I'm showing it in this video. And I got all 3. Like I said, I'm collecting curriculum for the next 2 school years, so I don't know if we'll get through this year or if it'll be the next 2 years. We'll wait and see. Okay, and then from the Deli Grace Co., I picked up the Books of the Bible cards. So this is the New Testament Books of the Bible cards for kids, and this one here is the Old Testament Books of the Bible for kids. So here's an example. Here is 2 Kings. That's the front. And then on the back, it goes through and explains the key verse, the theme, and then a bit about it. So there's a couple ways you can use these. We're going to watch a YouTube video and try to learn the books of the Bible. And then they can lay these out on the floor and put them in order. We can also use flashcards where I could read the theme. And then if they can't guess what it is, I could read a little bit of the description and see if they can guess which book of the Bible it is. Also, if we are in our sunlight, they have Bible in there, and if we're reading something from a specific book of the Bible, when we turn in our Bibles to that book of the Bible, I can quickly give a description of that book of the Bible, so we kind of know what's going on when we look at a specific verse from that Bible. And because we're going to be getting a late school year start this year, we'll be going back to Cambodia here in the next 2 weeks, but then it takes a bit to get over jet lag and get ready to start our school year. So we're going to be having a late start. So I don't know if we'll get through both of these this school year. I might just do one of these this school year and the next one the next school year. We'll see. It really doesn't matter. Also from the Daily Grace Co., I got Fruits of the Spirit. These are little cards, and so each day we'll read one, and then like the next day we'll ask about like, hey, how did you show this fruit of the Spirit? What did you do? What you did not do? Go through and discuss it, and hopefully to where they can kind of have the different fruits of the Spirit memorized. Gospel conversation cards, starters. These are little cards with questions on, and then it has Bible verses you can look up and just discuss with your kids. My twins love stuff like this because I'll ask them a question, then I sit there and give them my full attention as they reply, and they really enjoy discussing stuff like this. We may use this in our school. We may use it at bedtime with our family. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. And then this is Big Truths for Little Hearts, theology cards for kids. And this goes through and talks about like words like righteousness, and then it will give a definition and a Bible verse that you can look up to go with it. So initially we'll just use these as a way to introduce those different words, and then later I'll use it as like flashcards and say, okay, what does this word mean, or what does doctrine mean, or what does that word mean, and use it as review. Okay, and the last thing I kind of have in that category is Created with Emotion. This is specifically for my 4th grade boys, but I probably will be doing it with all my boys, and it'll probably be in our morning basket. But I'm not completely sure. It's something we'll read through just once throughout the school year. It won't take all year, but each day we'll read like one 2-page spread. So like this one is called God Created You with Every Little Detail. Did you know that God has emotions? Everything God creates is good, and even our emotions were created to help us to glorify God. So this will just go through and talk about emotions and give us conversation starters, and I believe this is something I'll do with all 4 kids. I think they can understand, the little ones too. Okay, so next, the big thing we're going to be using this year is sunlight, and we're going to be using that for our HBL, so history, Bible, literature, and science actually too. So I don't have it with me here. We're currently in Indiana with my husband's family, and I have that in Virginia with my side of the family. So I don't have it to show me with you, but I'll try to insert a picture up here. But I love sunlight. We used it last year, and it was the boys' favorite. If I asked them what their favorite subject was, it was always sunlight, and it's because of all the books. And also in Cambodia, we don't have access to a library, so it's really nice to have sunlight and all those books for us to read. And we love doing the read louds, cuddling up. We have an AC because it's a tropical country, it's really hot, so we can still cuddle up and read through those. My boys will often play with little fidgets so their hands stay busy, or draw a picture, something like that, and read through the read louds. And then we also do the readers through them. And yeah, it's a lot of great books. I will do more videos this coming year showing us using the curriculum and how I use it with more than one child. While we're here in the States, I picked up just one copy of Christian Light Education, their Bible 4, just because I wanted to try it out. So I only picked up the first little light unit. We've been doing it, and I like it, but I don't necessarily love it. So for example, here is lesson 4. So you read this, you read my twins, they read all of that, and then they read all of this, which is a lot of reading, and then even a little bit more over here. And then they have questions to answer, and more questions to answer. So that is a pretty long lesson. One reason that I might not like it is because I don't have the teacher's manual, and I think that would help a lot to know how to like introduce the lesson and lead through the lesson. So I'm sure if you get this, get the teacher's manual, and that probably helps a lot. Also, I think I have an older version because I bought it at a used store. I'm guessing they probably have an updated version, and so maybe some of their lessons they cut down a little bit. I don't know. I do like it though. All right, so next of all will be math, and my 4th grade twin boys will be using the Good and the Beautiful math. That's actually called simply Good and Beautiful Math 4, and we do this on our iPad. Each twin has an iPad, and we have like a pen that you can stylus that you can write with right on the screen. So we're excited to be doing that. And then I got the 4th grade, I got the physical book for the mental math, and I just got one. because it's mental, you don't have to write. And so the way it works is actually pretty neat. They look at this side and you ask them, like for lesson 38, you do this little warm-up box. You ask them the questions, and on the lesson 38, so on the back side, I can see the same box but with the answers. So I hold it this way and ask them the questions, and I can see the answers back here. I do prefer having the physical book versus doing it on an iPad, but because of traveling and flying to Cambodia, and I have a lot of other books, Sunlight, and a lot of other stuff that we're taking back to Cambodia with us, I have to be careful not having too much weight. So, and also it's free, so we do the math on here. So I do prefer the physical book, but it does work on the iPad. The only problem we've come across is sometimes if they have to like measure how long something is, it won't be quite accurate on the screen. So we just kind of guesstimate on those because I'm not quite sure. But for the most part, it works really good to do it on the screen. And yeah, I'm glad about that. For language arts, we are also be doing The Good and the Beautiful. We're going to be doing level 3. When my twins were learning to read, they had a little bit of difficulty, and so we were using The Good and the Beautiful, and we had hit pause on it for just a little bit because it was, yeah, they were having difficulty learning to read, it was creating tears, and they needed more practice and review, and this had been moving too closely. This had been moving too fastly. Since then, Good and Beautiful has redone their kindergarten curriculum, and I believe it's a lot better now. But we hit pause when my twins were that age, and we went to CLE and did their learning to read program, and then came back to this, and that worked really good. So we are in 4th grade, and that is why we are doing the level 3 language arts. In homeschooling, there's no such thing as behind. You follow the lead of your child, and that is one of the big blessings and perks of being able to homeschool. So we will be doing level 3, and this comes with 4 books. I'll try to insert a picture up here of them. I have the physical books of those in Virginia, and what's really neat about those books is they have a section for you as the parent to read, and then a section for the student to read. So it's shared readers, and there's pictures mixed in, and yeah, I really appreciate those. They also have, at the beginning of each lesson, they have kind of a little introduction going over different sounds or sight words or difficult words that they might have in that reading. And along with this, there is a spelling portion, which is that long rectangle book. Maybe I can try to insert a picture of that up here too. I have the physical copies of those also. I got 2 of those for my twins. They weren't very big, and so I thought that would fit in our suitcase to take back to Cambodia with us. I also have IEW's, their Nose Tree Fix-It Grammar. So we will be also adding that in this year for my twins. I have that in Virginia, so I don't have a physical copy here to show you, but I am planning to try that out this year. I've never done it before, so we'll see how that goes. It's just 1 sentence a day where they have to fix a couple grammar things in it and rewrite the sentence. All right, next of all is handwriting. Last year we did handwriting on the iPads also. This year my husband said that he thinks they need physical books. Their handwriting is kind of not good. It's really sloppy. They just write to get done, don't write to do it neatly. So we got the physical book, so they have physical paper and physical pencils to write with this year. So this book is mostly cursive, but there is some print mixed in, and usually at each lesson they have some kind of fun activity to do at the bottom. Like this one, it says choose a hat and draw a person to go with whichever hat, and if you want you can draw a person underneath each hat. Here's another example. They have cursive and they have print on this page. And then it says color the bird with bright colors. They have like the rainbow dots up here, and then those are the pattern that you follow. Like you do the red dot, you follow like, it's like you go to the red dot, then the orange dot, then the yellow dot, then the green dot, and on like that. You follow the rainbow, and if it has an X, that's where you lift your pencil. To go along with their math, I picked up some flashcards for multiplication division. These are some my mother-in-law gave me that my husband actually I think used when he was little. So these are just the multiplication flashcards. They're big ones like this. They're big ones like this. It does not have that. It's just blank down here. And then these are division flashcards I just found at a secondhand store here. In the past, I've always just made our own homemade flashcards, and I found these for like 25 cents, and I was like, it would be really nice to have some that are like nice thick paper and written nice and big so they can easily see them from a little bit away. Okay, and kind of the last thing I got for independent work is word ladders from Scholastic. So they're daily, so the idea is you do 1 a day. So what it is, it gives you word down here, it gives you clues on the side, and as you go up the rung of the ladder, you change 1 or 2 letters. It will tell you, and sometimes you have to take away like 4 letters or whatever as you go up the ladder, and yeah. So I only got one of these. I'm not quite sure yet. I might make copies, or we might just have the boys do like every other page to get through the book. I did pick up, we have a lot of readers through Sunlight. I did pick up a couple of the Blaze series books. So this is Blaze Shows the Way, and this one is Blaze Finds Forgotten Roads, and I got two more that I have in Virginia that are from this series. I just happened to find some at secondhand stores, so I was really happy about that. But it's a story about a horse and his boy, and they go getting all kinds of adventures, and it's got beautiful drawings. I don't know if they're drawings, illustrations. But yeah, I remember I read these as a girl and as a child, and I really liked them, and so I think my boys will enjoy them too. All right, and last of all is Good Pictures, Bad Pictures. This is talking about your child with pornography. It's something we'll probably read a couple of pages at a time, and not necessarily the whole book, but work through it over a period of time. I had this book here, Good Pictures, Bad Pictures Junior, and I really appreciated that one. This one here is for children ages 3 to 7, and then this one here is for children the next age group up. Then I believe there's one more after this one in this series yet. Okay, and then last of all, my friend Alyssa gave this game to my boys, and it's kind of a logic game. It's called Cat Crimes, Who's to Blame? So you have these different cats and a board and cards with clues, and you have to figure out who did the crime. And you have to solve it. So it has like beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. And we did a couple of the beginner ones, and those even were hard. So I think it's gonna be a little bit challenging, but it sounds like something really good for my boys. So I think what I'll do is on that menu on their to-do list on the bottom, I'll write on there, do a logic puzzle, which will be this here, and they can solve just one of those cards for each day. So I think that'll be something kind of fun, kind of reward for them at the end of their day, and it's a good logic skill for them. Okay guys, so that is all I have for this video for my upcoming 4th graders, the twins for this upcoming school year. They've been homeschooled from the beginning, and I can't really believe they're going to be in 4th grade, but I'm excited to do the upcoming school year with them and teach them again and learn together. All right, thank you guys for watching. Give a thumbs up, comment down below, and we'll see you later. Bye.